What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Center for Stingray Biology. As you guys know, there are no more stingrays here, and I am in the process of shutting down this facility, getting ready for our move. So I've actually been spending the last week and a half, 2 weeks, shutting down tanks, draining tanks, and let me show you where we're at. I'm up to this room right here. As you can see, every single tank is barren, fishless, lifeless. It's a big change for me. So I started today to drain this side. So I figured let me film while I'm waiting for the pump to be pumping this water out. So while that's going on, I'm just gonna walk you around and show you what I've done. We still have the fatnoid here. So, okay, so it's not totally fishless. Still gotta take care of that. But after this system is shut down, then I will be working on the system on this side. But it's a long process, you know. It's not just simply draining out the water and that's it. You know, I drain it out, I shop vac it to make sure it's completely dry. We don't want to have any residual water laying around that can culture any kind of bad bacteria. And at the same time, I wipe down all the algae on the wall, because when it's wet now, it's easier to wipe off. If I'm lazy now, it just makes more work for me later when I want to set it up, because then it's much harder to get off the walls. But anyways, let's walk over to this side. It's a complete disaster here. But when we walk into here, what do you notice? I'm not going to say anything. It's absolutely silent. I've never ever walked into this room before and it be this quiet. You always hear water running, the air pumps, or the filters turning, and it's just like a ghost town in here. Every single tank is empty. So this is what I've been working on this past week, tank by tank, draining out everything, draining out the Ultimas, draining out the lines, you know, and draining out the UVs. I do not want to leave, you know, a single drop of water in there. So we had just finished these two tanks yesterday. This was done last week, all empty. Okay, and we've already had some inquiries. I know Rod announced that, you know, some of these tubs we're gonna sell. So I'm going to show you again. This is a 10 by 6 by 2. This is a 10 by 5 by 2. And this is another 10 by 6 by 2. So these are available if you guys are interested. And the Ultimas that go with it, we're going to let those go. So it's less stuff for me to move. This one is like debatable whether I want to sell it. It's a fiberglass with a viewing panel, and it's already ready to go as well. This is one of those tanks that we could use, but we don't necessarily need. So we'll see if we want to sell it. But if anyone's interested, you know, feel free to contact us, make me an offer. It's a good offer, I'll sell it. You know, the problem is nowadays with the COVID, prices of everything has like shot through the roof. You know, raw materials, everything. Basically, I'm also calculating based on our replacement cost. Is it worth it to ship it over and use it, or to sell it and buy new over there? The calculation is starting to lean in favor of moving it, because this lot of stuff is not available nowadays, and if it is, prices are ridiculous. I mean, even my car, you know, people are telling me don't sell it, you know, keep it, ship it over there. You can't even buy cars now. Used cars, the prices are going up too. So this whole COVID thing has just turned the world upside down. You know, honestly, part of me is afraid that I might not even be able to get plumbing parts. You know, I went to Home Depot a couple weeks ago, and certain common PVC parts, I'm like, they're out of stock. And that just blew my mind. It didn't register with me until yesterday when I was speaking with somebody that day. Hey, that could be a problem as well. So that's gone. Done. There's still water running in this one. We have to get to it, you know. But I just want to take care of all the major systems first, because they're the ones that draw the most electricity. And I don't want to just simply shut it down to save on the electricity, because it's just a lot of stagnant water, and that's not good either. So yeah, these tanks are all empty. The flowerhorns are here. All right. The goldfish are here. They're happy. Two faces right there. And then my daughter named it Batman and Robin. I honestly don't know why, but you know, she said, hey, you know, because you can name that one Two-Face, she wants to go with a Batman theme. All right. I guess the one room in here, this has been shut down already, so that's that room. Okay. And that's pretty much my update, you know, for what's happening in the facility right now. We're gonna get back to draining these tanks, and that's pretty much it. So I'm having some issues with these flower horns, and I want to take you along with me to try to figure out what these issues are. I'll just give you a little hint. I mean, they're not eating as well as I would like them to. I mean, they are eating, but just not the way they should be. And I noticed on this one, the head is a bit smaller. So we're gonna try to tackle some of these issues and see how we can solve it. All right, so let me explain to you what has been happening here. Okay, with these two flower horns, they're actually not eating as well as I would like. Well, actually, not both of them. This one seems to be eating okay, but this one is eating very slow. He doesn't finish his food, or it takes them quite some time to finish. And I noticed, if you look at the stomach area, the belly, it's still fairly swollen. And for the amount of food that he's been eating, his belly shouldn't be swollen like that. And this guy I haven't fed them in 3 days because I wanted to see if that belly would go down, and it hasn't. But that is the case in both of them. I'm suspecting there may be some internal parasites, okay? Now, it's very typical with cichlids that they do have internal parasites, especially tapeworms, okay? So what I'm gonna do now is I purposely did not feed them longer for 2 reasons: to see if the belly would go down, and I'm gonna medicate some food with some dewormer in it right now and feed it to them, and then we'll see what the results are. If they do have worms, the dewormer should work fairly quickly, and we will see what he poops out. So if he poops out, you know, a long stringy white stuff or a worm, then we know we got it, and then we should see that belly go down. But the funny thing is with a lot of these type of cichlids, when it comes to fish that have been bred for so many generations, it could be that that's just the way their shape of their body is, as like with short body fish, and you see goldfish, right? Traditionally goldfish doesn't have that big round belly, so you know, it could be one of those things that they just have a balloon belly. So we'll see, and I'm gonna prepare that food for you guys right now. Sorry for it going in and out of focus, and then we'll see what happens. Okay, so come on, let's go. So I have some tiny pieces of shrimp prepared here, and here's a little measuring spoon of a dewormer. If you guys are curious what it is, it's levamisole. Okay, so I just dropped it in there, and then now I'm gonna take a spoon. I'm just gonna blend it all up here, and I'm gonna let it sit, let the shrimp soak it up for a little bit, and then we're gonna go feed it. All right, so we'll be right back. Here we are, we're back. Come on, focus. What's wrong with you today? And I got the shrimp ready, and let me see, I'm gonna drop it in right here. Let's see, and see if he comes to eat it. Okay, that's good. I purposely didn't feed it so long so that he would take the shrimp right away. Typically in the past he would just eat one piece and not come back. So let's see if he can finish the remainder. But while that's happening, I'm gonna come back and grab a little bit more shrimp here and give it to this other guy. Now this other guy has always eaten a lot better, so I anticipate he will take all the food right away. See, 1, 2. He took in 2 pieces. Meanwhile, coming back, this guy's playing with his food, so he isn't really eating it. I'm only hoping that he's mouthing the food long enough to at least take in the medication. That's all I can hope for. And I'm gonna throw a couple more pieces and let it sit there, and hopefully he takes it. But see, that's the problem I've been having with him. I can always put this medication in the water, but feeding it gives it better results, so I'm trying that first. All right, well, not much more I can do here. We're just gonna wait and see what the results are from this feeding. We're gonna leave this in here for a little bit longer and see if he finishes it up. This guy only left one piece, so hopefully he got a decent dose. But like I said, you know, we will wait and see. I'll keep you guys updated on how this deworming goes, whether it's successful. That may not be the reason why they're not eating, but hopefully that is the problem, and we'll see if this solves it. If it doesn't, then we're gonna have to look into other possibilities of what it could be. But again, I wanna thank you guys for watching. In the meantime, all the tanks have been emptied out and dried out and ready to go. Actually, if any of you guys out there are interested in these tanks here, they will be available for sale, just to make our lives easier on the move, some less things to move, and then, you know, we'll figure out getting new tanks when we get there. So if you're interested, give me a shout. All right, but again, thank you guys for watching, and as always, stay safe.